Hello, this is Ever Pierce, and in this segment of video, we are going to discuss some of the benefits of the date equation that I just taught you how to set up your baseline. So, no matter what you're doing in terms of building a pyramid of numbers, is once you're on the right track of doing things, and I am the only one who could teach you the right way, there are benefits. And so, as far as the benefits that you will experience, I'm going to cover the benefits in which I have personally seen myself over time, in this lifetime and also in my previous lifetimes. Number one, it's brain exercise. If you it's exercising your brain. If you heard the term synapse, that's the activity that happens in your brain that makes you think, move your arms, everything. So your spirit controls the brain, and the brain controls the body. Okay, so one of the is you're exercising the brain. Now, as Einstein, against my request, we had a guy that went out of his way and stole my brain and did research on it, and realized that my brain, as Einstein, there was some very significant difference in my brain than it was with other people's. So think of it, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, for example, is, when you go work out and you really work out, you go home that night, you don't start out looking like Pee Wee Herman and then the next day you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Each and every day you want to exercise your brain. It's and doing a simple pyramid of numbers, that's essentially what it's doing. So each and every day when I do numbers, I can feel in my head my cognitive, my thinking ability, being able to think in multiple ways in terms of problem solver. I am a problem solver. Okay, the next one is it removes spiritual amnesia. Now, what does that mean? In terms of, it's self-discovery. Reincarnation does exist. You have lived a previous life. So as you're doing these numbers in the right way, which you are if you're learning from me, is over time you're gonna start gaining memories of things, or deja vu of things about yourself, self-discovery. So when spiritual amnesia leaves you, you might have a memory. It's not something that you saw on television. It's not a movie you watch, but somehow you might dream about it. You may have thoughts of it. So, I've had some people say, well, how do I remove my spiritual amnesia so I can remember, of my previous lives? So when you're doing numbers, it's chipping away at that wall, known as spiritual amnesia. So when I do my numbers up and I remember a little bit more about this and a little more about that, self-discovery, you're going to build a relationship with God. So when I do my pyramid and I know the numbers of the day, and I go outside and I notice that the birds are sequenced. Say that if the top and bottom number is 16, I know there's one bird sitting over on this line, the power line, and there's six over on the other side. And it happens to be 1 and 6, it happens to be the number of that day. Okay, physical health. When you feel good about yourself and you have more control, more management over your life, and you're developing the self, it's going to increase your health. I call it putting the fire in your ass. You're going to want to you're going to want to get out and do something, be productive every single day. So, the lengthen the duration of your life. Now the thing is, these are things you don't necessarily see, and you say, well, Well, how do you know you're lengthening the duration of your life? Well, as we see with a lot of people, when they have poor health, maybe they use drugs, they have poor habits, and someone that's 30 years old could look like they're 60, or someone is 60 looks like they're still in their 40s. So when you're doing the numbers, especially when you're doing the pyramid back and forth, see, our cell cycles have so many cycles, and then it dies, and then you die. But when you do the yin yang, that's what I'm teaching of the pyramid, is you're also, and it's happening in the synapse of the brain, you're also telling your cells in your body to circle back. So you're telling your cells to cycle forward, cycle back, cycle forward, cycle back. So if your cells in your body, say, I'm just going to say 100. Okay, so if it does 100 cycles, then you're dead. But if it does one forward and one back and one forward and one back, you could increase your life up to 200 years. I'm just saying that is for an example. And as far as lengthening your duration in your life, you're going to have a better quality life. And, I don't have a machine that will say, okay, well, you were supposed to die on this day and you died this. But just know that when you're doing things in its proper way, it's just par for the course, is that you're gonna look better, you're gonna feel better, and and that element or that benefit there alone is priceless. Okay, and then number 6, synchronization of energy. I'll give you an example of this. There was one time I was going to the bingo parlor, and I try to be really in tune with timing or synchronization. In the time that I left, I was just seconds. I left right on time, because as I was driving, I saw my rearview mirror. An accident happened, and it involved 3 cars. Had I been a few seconds a little slower on leaving the house, it could have very well been a 4-car collision, with me being part of that collision. So when you're in sync with energy, the vibration energy, in synchronization of energy, is that you're going to find yourself in a lot of close calls. You say, wow, ooh, boy, you went across the sidewalk and that guy ran the red light and you just got out of the way just in time. So synchronization. So you're going to gear yourself, your thinking and doing, that is in synchronization of energy. And it's going to keep you safe. Or if anything, have you heard the saying is, the lesser the evils. You'll find that in many cases that you've been in, you say, wow, boy, that could have been a hell of a lot worse than what actually happened. Lesser the evils. Positive, you're going to change your energy, your thinking, everything you're doing to a positive polarity. So think of it like magnets. 2 sides of those magnets will click together, but if you flip one, they'll push away from each other, and they'll feel like there's a ball between the two. Okay, and if you play the lottery, there's while you're doing the date, it's not necessarily designed for that lottery. You have to put other variables to make it specific to a lottery. But in doing, as I have done, the date, and I've seen, well, shoot, these were the numbers of the Mega Millions. These were the numbers of the Powerball. And most people that play lottery, those are the 2 main, lottery systems that a lot of people like to play. So you have 2 choices. Either you can put that management in your hands, or you can say, I just want some quick picks. Now that computer can give you numbers that are least likely to come out. So basically, their quick pick system could put you in the least percentage-wise of winning a lottery system or winning money. So these are the top 9 that I can remember, or that I know that I have benefit in just doing numbers.